Sunday, February 1st, 2026. Okay, it's official. Jessica changed her status on Facebook to single. Well, she didn't do it to single, but she not in a relationship. Or she untagged me, or whatever, how you do that. You know, when you put in a relationship on Facebook, you have to tag the other person and they have to agree to it. I'd been kind of checking every week, and she was still there, and then I checked yesterday, and she did it. She pulled the trigger. And yeah, last night I got home from work, and I was sad about it, a little sad about it, not bawling sad, but and so then she was not home when I got home. So I walked the cat, came back. She still wasn't home. And then she got home. We talked a little bit, very little. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to get something to eat. I haven't eaten yet. And then I'm like, well, I had already ate. So I got some water and I went upstairs to my room, closed the door, and never came out. Because if I have water, in my room I have a bathroom and I have, my bed and my weights. So I did a workout, took a shower, and I never came back out. And I was like, well, that's what it's going to be, to myself. If we're like that, if we're not even in a relationship anymore, then I'm going to treat her like a roommate, barely talk to her, and all that. So I went to bed like that. And then in the morning when I woke up and I'm kind of, laying there before I get up, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Because, practically, I'm here by myself in Arizona. I don't have, mainly if my car breaks down or I get in a car accident, I need somebody to be able to pick me up. Or I get really sick or something, I can get injured. I can't get injured. I don't have insurance. That was one of the reasons why I got a job at Sprouts. I'll get the insurance. Well, if you don't average 30 hours a week for a year, for 12 months, you can't even get the top tier insurance. The next tier down, just for everybody else, like all the clerks that don't get 30 hours, is like, might as well not even have insurance. The deductible is so high, the out-of-pocket's so high, you don't even have insurance. You would have insurance for if you got in a really, really injured, like broken leg or something like that, but the little money you're making working at Sprouts as a clerk, if you have that big deduction, you're not going to have any money. Anyway, you don't have any money anyway. I'm making $17 an hour right now. If I work 8 hours, that's $138 before deductions. So I make what I take home. Well, back to after deductions, I figured I make about $12 an hour take home net. And then, so that's nothing. So if I work 8 hours, it's $99 is what I take home for 8 hours. If I had really done the math on that, I wouldn't have stayed there that long. That's one of the main reasons why we split up, because of money. And I didn't realize I did, but I really didn't think about it. If I went out to drive Lyft and I did 2 $6 rides every hour, I wouldn't even do that. I know that I wouldn't do it, because also I would be paying for gas. But I don't even do rides that are less than $10 most of the time. I try to stay at $10 and above. But it depends on what time of day it is. If it's dead time, 11 a.m., yeah, I might take a $7, $8, $9 ride. But once it starts getting busy at 2 o'clock p.m. during the week, I'm looking for $10 plus. So if I do an $11 ride and a $13 ride, that's $24 an hour compared to $12 an hour. And then, like I mentioned on another video recently, Cole, the bulk supervisor, the bulk manager, only makes 21 and change. So let's say 21.50. $21 an hour. I think it was what, $170 something. I think $178 he makes. If he made $21.50, that's not even a lot of money. That's even less than, like when I was driving Lyft when it was kind of worth doing, I would never not make at least $200. If you worked a full Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you're making like $300 a day. That's gross, but still. So it's not really worth working out of Sprouts. Supposedly I was going to be trained. I mean, and he does train me, like, you know, how to, like yesterday he showed me how to order everything, and I've been ordering spices, but he's still, you know, supposed to be like, oh, he'll train you and he'll move on and you'll be the bulk manager in theory, but he's still there. It's been 5 months. There has to be a spot open for him, and even if he leaves, that's not guaranteed I'll get the position. They'll probably put it up for, like, you know, they'll post it in the website and other people will apply for it. You would like to think that the store manager would pick me, but that's not guaranteed. This week they scheduled me for 6 days for some reason. Only 1 day off. So yeah, yesterday, Saturday, Jamal's like, hey, you're on my overtime list. And then Cole's like, you don't have to, right in front of Jamal too, you don't have to go home early. You don't have to. Jamal's looking at him like, shut up, dude. But I'm like, yeah, it's not worth it. So I had to trim 4 hours. So I trimmed 2.5 hours yesterday. I left 2.5 hours early yesterday, and I'll leave an hour and a half early today. So I won't be in overtime. Yeah, I would have been, but then if I go out and drive, I could make up the money I would have made. I would have made like probably $60, I guess. If I worked 4 hours of time and a half, I think it maybe come out to $55, $60. I made half of that already yesterday when after work I drove a little bit. Did three Scottsdale people who didn't tip. I hate giving rides to Scottsdale people who don't tip. Paradise Valley. Live in a gated community in North Scottsdale. You can't throw a couple bucks to me. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. I mean, if I didn't have the cat, I would seriously consider just going back to LA, like right now. Starting over. Starting fresh. The cat is really what keeps me here right now. She's not gonna walk the cat. She's not gonna walk it. She told me yesterday, I don't walk the cat. I'm like, no, I know, you don't. That's not fair. Like, she's probably walked the cat the whole time we lived there. We lived there like 3 months. I'm gonna say less than, maybe 5 times she's walked the cat in 3 months. Even before we had the dog. Now that we have the dog, baby, forget it. She has to walk the dog at least twice a day, maybe 3 times to go to the bathroom. So that's way more than she wants to do. So she's not walking the cat. Maybe if I didn't live there, she would walk the cat a little bit. I don't even know. Probably wouldn't. So I was thinking about, Legal Shield or Melaleuca. Now I'm thinking about Isagenix. Some Dave MacArthur popped in my timeline on my feed on YouTube, and I'm like, yeah, because he teaches the power of 2. He doesn't push big packs. He's like, just do 100 QV, do 100 QV, duplicate that. 2 who get 2, who get 2, who get 2. He does really good video, kind of a comp plan video. He doesn't do a comp plan video per se because he doesn't go over the whole comp plan. He really just focuses on that. Still, to this day, even 5 years ago, he was doing that. Power of 2, power of 2. He doesn't talk about the other bonuses that they have or not, don't have right now. I know they changed their comp plan. I think they took some stuff away. I think they took away like a monthly bonus they used to have. So I would want to sign up with Dave, or there's a lady here locally, Tanya Kirkpatrick. I know she's local. Like, she probably lives not too far from me. I think she lives in Gilbert. And I'm in East Mesa right now. She's kind of cute too. She's a widow. I remember I followed her before from when her husband died of like a heart attack or something. That was crazy. But I should sign up for Dave McCarthy because he's the one that pushes. I don't want to be pushing packs. I can't afford to buy a pack, big pack. You know, a 30-day. I can't afford that. I could barely afford, even if I do the 2 products like Dave. That's still like $100, and there's a $29 sign up fee. So I'd be like, it's still gonna be like $180. But yeah. So, but I was watching some videos about the nutrition, and I gotta have that nutrition, man. I've not been feeling good for a while already. Run down all the time, popping caffeine all the time. So yeah, I am single, and first I was gonna just hide my relationship status, but then I'm like, no. So I put single, I put public. So I don't want to be the one to do it, but she did it. So, but I got to keep it cordial, keep it friendly, because I need somebody to give me a ride until I have my own tribe. Because now she's going to church. She went on a church hike. She'll probably go to church today. I think, maybe. I don't know. It's still early. It's 9:45 right now. Oh, I'll be late today. I'm barely at Tempe right now at 9:45. I'm gonna be late, like, because you get 7 minutes cushion. But I'm gonna be late today. But I don't care, actually. Yep. All right. I'm single. Single 2026. I changed one of my passwords to that too already. I knew it was coming.